How you gonna bring up losing in the first round to a guy who's won 6 NBA championships? Like that's just a silly argument, you know. Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, one time they were in studio with Howard Cosell before their rematch, and Joe Frazier told Ali, he tried to make fun of Ali for going to the hospital for a swollen jaw that Joe Frazier gave him. And Ali looked at him and said, "You ignorant. Why would you bring up me going to the hospital for a swollen jaw that you gave me in the first fight when I was only there for an hour, right? And you had to go to the hospital for what I did to you for over a month because you almost died." Now, what type of dumb shit is that? Like, why would you bring up a guy getting knocked out of the first round of the playoffs when your man has lost 5 NBA finals? Like, knock it off, man.
In the first round for?
Well, Michael knows what it feels like to win 6, and Kobe knows what it feels like to win 5, and LeBron doesn't know that.
LeBron know what it's like. Well,
he knows what it's like to lose.
LeBron know what it's like to feel the tenderness of my deltoids.
Well, LeBron and Michael can talk about knowing what it's like to win the MVP in every finals they play in, and they won the championship. Kobe don't know what that's like. A Big Diesel was getting all those things.
All right, guys.
I agree with that. Shannon's sentiment about Shaq being the better player, but I've already stated that numerous times in the past. We all know that Shaq was the better player, all right, than Kobe, and a top 10 all-time great. All right, so now we're going to see what Stephen A. Simp and the super liberal Caucasian Jewish man, Max Kellerman, we're going to see what they have to say about this topic in regards to Jordan's assertion that Kobe is better than LeBron.
Yes, his airness. When he speaks, we all listen. Michael Jeffrey Jordan was asked this at his summer camp in California on Monday. Would I rank LeBron over Kobe in terms of best all time? No. There's something about 5 that beats 3. Now, he may be better than that, but Kobe won 5 championships. LeBron won 3. Jordan hasn't changed his opinion since he made a similar comment in 2013 when LeBron only had 1 title. Kobe had his 5. Max, do you agree with MJ?
Yep. No, in fact, not only did I disagree with him, MJ's wrong. By the way, Mike, Bill Russell got 12 or 11, 12. What do you got? You got 6. You're better than Bill Russell. And Bill Russell, before Michael Jordan, was considered by many the greatest player of all time. Jordan beat him with half the chips.
Well, you know, this is the second guy to try to use this argument. You know, let me explain why the argument, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't hold water. Like I said, the sample size with Bill Russell is too small in regards to his competition. And I'll be the first one to tell you that Bill Russell will be just as dominant today or any other era as he was in his era. All right, Bill Russell was a combination of a Kevin Garnett and Dennis Rodman. All right, he was a dominant player. But it's like saying that Babe Ruth is the greatest home run hitter ever or the greatest hitter ever, even though he was so far away and above the competition in his day. The fact of the matter is that the sample size of talent that he played against was so small that you could not judge him against players of the modern era, right? He has to be judged against his own era. So Babe Ruth played against the best Caucasian players, mostly east of the Mississippi during his time period. Now you compare him to a player like today, say a Mike Trout, who's playing against the greatest players in the world, literally on the whole planet. Now, am I saying that Mike Trout is better than Babe Ruth? No. What I'm saying is that when you compare greatness, you have to go by eras. You cannot necessarily transmute judgment of players or evaluation of players across that length of time when they were playing under different circumstances. Right? You have to factor that in.
12. The point is that Kobe Bryant has more championships than LeBron James. That is true. Also, Kobe was the best player, definitely, on 2 of the teams on which he played that won championships. LeBron has been the best player on every team he's ever played. By far, it's not close. If you want to look at their numbers, not just points per game, rebounds per game, like for their careers, assists per game, blocks per game, steals per game, LeBron, all the advanced metrics, LeBron, size and all that stuff. LeBron's bigger, stronger, better passer, all those kind of things.
Better steroids, allegedly.
That all goes to LeBron. If you want to look at the playoff numbers, points, that would be Kobe, right? Wrong, LeBron. Rebounds, Kobe, no, LeBron. Assists, no, LeBron. Steals, LeBron. Blocks, LeBron. All the counting numbers say LeBron. All the advanced metrics say LeBron. The rings say Kobe, and the counter to the argument I just made statistically about LeBron, well, of course, Kobe can't average the same number of points and rebounds and assists and steals and blocks and everything because he's playing with Shaq. Right, he was playing with Shaq, giving him a better chance to win those first 3 championships.
Agreed.
As many great players now that LeBron has made sure he's played with, because he took his fate into his own hands, he's never played with a player like Shaq. If you gave LeBron James a player like Shaq, no one, I mean, look, let's put it this way. When he got Dwayne Wade, forget about Bosh for a second, just the fact that he was linking up with Wade at a time when we thought Wade was a top 3 to 5 player, it was already like, this is unfair. You give LeBron someone like Shaq? So I know Kobe's got more rings, and Kobe's among the greatest players of all time, but LeBron is the first non-big to ever challenge Michael Jordan. He ain't winning the challenge, but at least challenge Michael Jordan as greatest non-big who ever lived.
I will say this. There was an attempt made by the media, the same attempt that they made last season, but there was a concerted attempt made by the media in 2011 to say that Kobe Bryant would surpass Jordan if he could have tied him with championships with 6. They were doing the same thing back in 2011. Of course, the Lakers got swept because their time had come to an end. It was a changing of the guard in regards to style of play in the league. It was no more pound the ball, super physicality. Now they went to more team-oriented passing and outside shooting. That's what the Mavericks ushered in 2011. And, they were doing that back then with Kobe. So they were trying to allege that Kobe Bryant was challenging Jordan as the greatest non-big player to ever play. Of course, people like myself saw right through it, but LeBron is not the first person that they've claimed could challenge Jordan for that type of supremacy.
Several points that Max and the Max Kellermans of the world, the wannabes, consistently miss.
No, actually, Kellerman isn't a wannabe when it comes to basketball. Actually, that's you. You're the one who try to act like you play. The way Stephen A. talk, you think that he played 15 years for the Lakers.
Couple of points. Number one, Michael Jordan never, ever once said he's the greatest ever. No one has ever heard that out of the mouth of Michael Jordan.
That's a great point. There's this straw man argument that both Max and Shannon tried to elicit by stating that, well, if by your logic, then you're not greater than Bill Russell. Michael Jordan might tell you that he's not greater than Bill Russell, right? In a humble moment, but if you get him on the court, of course he's going to say he's the greatest ever.
So, in other words, whatever his standard is, it's applicable to anything that he says, because Michael Jordan has never said, I am the greatest who ever lived, okay? So when people sit up there and say, well...
In public, he's never said that. In private, Phil Jackson was on record. I'm trying to remember which book it was I read it in. Might have been Jordan Rules. He used to run back old film reels of Walt Clyde Frazier to Michael Jordan, and Jordan would look at it and say, this guy couldn't play today. He couldn't do anything with me. He's too slow, right? Of course, Phil Jackson, for those of you who know, used to play with the Knicks back in the late 60s, early 70s. He was a teammate of Walt Clyde Frazier's. But Jordan would look at old film of players, and he would state that they didn't match up well with him at all. So, but again, Jordan is respectful in public. But that's professional athletes. They're alpha males. They're supposed to say that they're the best.
They say, well, Michael, if you're bringing that up, that means Bill Russell was better than you. Who knows? Michael Jordan might say, sure, okay, no problem. He's better because he's got 11 rings. Yep. That's Michael Jordan's standard. That's number one. Number two, I've said this on many occasions, and I'll say it again. LeBron James is an absolute freak of nature. He is one of the greatest we have ever seen. From a talent perspective, he's top 2, may go down as number 1 all time, okay? I will take LeBron James all day, every day, and twice on Sundays for the first 46 minutes. But with the game on the line, it's a whole bunch of players that I would take ahead of LeBron James.
LeBron is not number 2 all time, all right? He's number 10. He's somewhere in that lower half of the top 10, but he's definitely not number 2.
And Kobe Bryant would be one of them. Last 2 minutes, game on the line, postseason action, things of that nature, I'm rolling with Kobe. And when you think about Michael Jordan and what Michael Jordan has to say, I think it's incredibly important that everybody understands the standard with which he's measuring stuff by. It's not just about the number of championships. It's about actually winning them. There's a whole bunch of cats that can contribute it, but there are very few who can close the deal. Kobe Bryant was one of those people who could close the deal. We saw it when they won their first championship, when Shaq had fouled out and Kobe Bryant had to take over and play against the Indiana Pacers and take control. What we're seeing is we also look at him, he was waiting for this moment, talking about this moment, salivating for the moment, whereas LeBron had to be pushed and prodded to that point. He had to go to South Beach. He had to play with D. Wade.
Hold up. Stop revising history. LeBron didn't have to be prodded to do anything. He was trying to win championships the whole time. He went down to South Beach because he understood that Cleveland would never draw free agents. Kobe Bryant also requested a trade after he ran off Shaq. He requested a trade after the 2007 season, and he was ready to go, and they were finally able to bring in Pau Gasol. All right? People have tried to promote this narrative that Kobe Bryant has been so loyal to the Lakers. All that is bullshit. All right, he got angry over Andrew Bynum, I believe the Andrew Bynum drafting, and he wanted to be traded out of L.A. All right, matter of fact, I think it was that he wanted Andrew Bynum to be traded for Jason Kidd, something along those lines. And that trade didn't go through. He got frustrated with Mitch Kupchak and demanded a trade. All right, so stop trying to act like Kobe was this loyal guy to the Lakers. All that's bullshit.
He had to sit up there and be lectured and tutored and counseled by a D. Wade and Pat Riley. And then after he did that...
And Kobe had to be lectured and tutored and counseled by Phil Jackson.
That they had to convince him, it's your time. You're the best in the world. If you remember in 2012, there was an all-star game.
Well, Magic Johnson, Pat Riley had to sit down with Magic Johnson and tell him it's your team. LeBron was just being respectful to D. Wade.
Taking place. And the game was on the line. This is after, Max, you'll remember this. This is after LeBron James and the Miami Heat had lost in the finals to the Dallas Mavericks. And D. Wade and these boys are prodding them. It's your time, it's your time, it's your time. It's the All-Star Weekend. It's an exhibition. Nothing is on the line. LeBron James has the ball at the top of the key with Kobe guarding him. And instead of taking the shot himself, he tried to throw a pass and it got picked off by Blake Griffin.
Kobe Bryant punked him in that All-Star game. I remember it like it was yesterday. He was telling him, why aren't you taking the shot? Why won't you shoot it? That was just coming off of Michael Jordan coming out and saying that when you make LeBron drive to the left, he can't finish left. Right? He said when you make LeBron go left, he pulls up to shoot. LeBron only wants to finish at the cup when he drives right. And that made LeBron improve his left-hand finishing because that was correct. Kobe actually made LeBron drive left in that All-Star game and then blocked his shot.
And Melo got in his face, and Kobe got in his face, and D. Wade had gotten in his face. They're like, what are you doing? So all I'm saying is, my last point is this. All I'm saying is the level of greatness that they were willing to embrace and they were salivating for, LeBron had to be pushed towards. And if you are Michael Jordan, you take that into consideration when you think about how you rank a player.
Well, contrary to popular opinion, LeBron actually was a very good clutch player until the 2010 season, where I believe he started to have a mental breakdown for whatever reason. First against the Celtics when his mother was sleeping with his teammates, and then 2011 for whatever reason he had a complete meltdown. From what I understand, his wife was sleeping around on him with Rashard Lewis allegedly, and who knows? Might have been some NBA rigging involved with the Mavericks and the Heat. It is what it is. But I thought that it took him a while to rebound from the stigma about him not being a clutch player that he started to believe and embrace. And I thought that a major step out of that was when he had that phenomenal Game 6 against the Celtics, which is still, to this day, one of the great playoff game performances I've ever seen by any player, especially in a clutch moment. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Sure, that you're describing Jordan's thought process. The question is he right or wrong? And there is an answer to this. He's wrong. It's not close enough between LeBron and Kobe. And this is the classic mistake people make, that Kobe's the better closer. Yes, I would also rather have Kobe trying to score than LeBron trying to score at the end of the game.
Sure.
I agree with that. If you're talking about just trying to score, even though LeBron is a better, by the numbers, a better clutch performer. All right, if we're saying both players have to take a shot, I would probably go with Kobe. All right, I'd probably go with him because he's a better outside jump shooter.
Sure.
I agree with that. Although I'm not sure I'd rather have Kobe with the ball in his hands at the end of the game than LeBron, because LeBron might make a better basketball decision. They're both basketball geniuses. They're both among the all-time greats. Let's just assume Kobe's a better closer. That would matter. That would push Kobe past LeBron if it was that close.
I agree. If that was the deciding factor, but it's not.
It's not that close. LeBron has achieved the level ahead of Kobe that being a better closer, that's one of the things that narrows the gap. If not for that, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't do enough to put Kobe ahead of LeBron. That's one. Two, the kind of character issue.
Look at Stephen A. See, the reason why Stephen A gets emotional over Kobe is because Kobe has been a guy who has provided him with a lot of information over the years. For those of you guys who don't know, Kobe's one of Stephen A's top, I don't want to say snitches, but informants in regards to the NBA, allegedly.
Issues that people talk about with LeBron, where he doesn't fit cookie cutter into the kind of champion we're used to seeing. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, killers. They want to eat
How
your
about
heart,
Kevin
right?
Durant?
That's not LeBron. So we hold that against LeBron. But he achieved greatness maybe in a different way, in a way that we're not used to seeing. And that's okay too, and it doesn't mean he's less great than the other guys. And by the way, you did clean one thing up. Bill Russell, 11 championships. 11 or 12? It's 11 championships.
It's 11 championships. I said it was 11 championships. That's number one. But
I was the one who said 11 or 12. It was 11.
All right, but let me also say this, Max. It's interesting that you bring this up because it's a very important point to make. When you have a guy that has an assassin's mentality, that goes a long way. That matters. People look at you and they see your willingness to accept and embrace that level of responsibility.
I agree that having the so-called assassin's mentality, it does do a lot in regards to the public's perception of you, especially as a leader, a so-called alpha. It definitely weighs heavily. And one of the ways in which, and like I've stated previously, I believe that at their peaks, Larry Bird was better than Magic. But one of the reasons why I put Magic over Larry Bird was how Magic was able to finish his career with the Lakers as opposed to Bird. Bird broke down and Magic actually became a better player his last 5 years than he was his first 7 years. All right. Magic's last, 4 or 5 years with the Lakers, he was a better player than he was his first 6 or 7 years.
It's not just about fitting somebody into a box. It's understand.
And one of the ways in which he was better was, of course, his clutch scoring.
Understanding what that box is required. Isaiah Thomas had the bad boys, but everybody knew that Isaiah was a killer. Allen Iverson, who you rave about more than anybody, was a straight killer. Didn't win a championship because he ran into Kobe and Shaq together. But we understand that. That's one of the reasons why you wouldn't put Kyrie on AI's level, because you consider AI a killer. So how do you ignore the killer that wasn't LeBron for so long?
I'm not ignoring. I'm saying that narrows the gap, but not quite enough. By the way, finals MVPs, Kobe 2, LeBron 3. Even if you want to look at who's been the best player in the finals, the answer, and LeBron,
46 minutes for
and by our
LeBron,
own
last 2
eyeballs,
minutes for Kobe.
we both know.
You see, he's holding on to that straw man argument. That's not really what the debate is about. The debate is about Michael Jordan stating that Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James. All right, you have to stick to that. Stop trying to create a criteria where you can agree and say Kobe, because deep down, Stephen A would take LeBron over Kobe as well. For you to say that you take LeBron in the first 46 minutes and Kobe in the last 2, what really are you saying? You're saying that in your mind, compared to LeBron James, Kobe Bryant is just a specialist.
Okay, but those 46 minutes, a lot of the time, mean the last 2 minutes are irrelevant in the.
Thank you, sir.
In the game played by LeBron.
Not when it
James.
really counts.
And Kobe needs. But therefore, Kobe needs more around him in those first 46 minutes, even by your math.
That's
and
fair.
when you do all the, when you sift it all out, it's not that Kobe's not great. Other than LeBron and Jordan, he's the greatest non-big ever. Certainly right there with Magic and Bird.
That's a debate. All right. When you're talking about non-bigs, you're talking about Jordan, you're talking about Magic, Bird, LeBron. You got Dr. J in there. You got Oscar Robertson in there. You have the great Isaiah Thomas in there. Like, I would have to sit down and think about that. Kobe's, he's in that area. You know, like I said, he's in the Isaiah Thomas, Dr. J area. Okay, he's not in the Magic Bird area, and he's not in the LeBron area, and he damn sure ain't in the Michael area. All right.
Right, those 5 guys are the great non-bigs of all time. But LeBron has separated himself from Magic and Bird and Kobe, and he's in between that level and Jordan's.
We could do this one all day. It's one of those good, solid barbershop debates.
You see resignation on Kobe's face, like I knew we were going to lose when they lost in the finals. You saw him crying because, damn it, he expected to win. That's not the look I saw on LeBron's face. It's a different mentality. It matters. It matters to champions.
That's not fair, though. You know, LeBron was having mental breakdowns when he lost in the finals. So, come on. Stephen A. just mad that LeBron won't give him those exclusive like Kobe give him.
That's in Kobe's column. Check in Kobe's column.
All right, so we're done with that one. You guys are get on.
All right, so now we're going to end it with this round table, which is normally very, very good and insightful. Let's see what they have to say about Jordan's comments regarding LeBron James and Kobe Bryant.
Let's return to the National Basketball Association and Michael Jordan, who made some more news at his flight school basketball camp today. MJ was asked if he ranks LeBron ahead of Kobe all time and said no because, quote, 5 beats 3. Cowherd, do you agree with Jordan that Kobe's better than LeBron?
I mean, is this the 13th shot at LeBron this week? I mean, seriously.
How is this a shot at LeBron? It's just a man giving his take. That's all it is. You know, a lot of these people, Cowherd is just upset because he had it set up in his mind for LeBron to win the championship, beat Golden State with their 4-headed monster so that he could run around all summer talking about how LeBron is the greatest player ever. That failed, so now he's depressed.
It's a pinata right now. This should be, you know how you have like certain holidays and certain weeks and National Hot Dog Day. This is National
Girlfriend.
Today's National Beat Up and Take Shots at LeBron Week. This is the 4th this week.
Stop acting like a hoe.
I don't know if Michael's piling on here as much as Michael's being petty here. Look, Kobe Bryant impersonated Michael Jordan. So why wouldn't Michael Jordan, my imitation's better than LeBron James, which...
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take at all. I also think that Michael looks at LeBron James as more of a threat than he looks at Kobe. I think that he looks at Kobe and he looks at a son. I think he looks at LeBron and he looks at an interloper. You know, that's just what I see. I think that Michael might know some things about LeBron behind the scenes. Who knows in regards to PED use and things of that nature. And he's like, I'm not gonna let this motherfucking steroid head guy take my glory. You know, who knows? Who knows? But then again, a lot of these guys are or were on performance enhancing drugs. I get on LeBron about it. But a lot of these guys are on that shit, allegedly.
Which is absolutely silly. Listen, 4 MVP trophies are better than 1. Doing it as the premier player, winning 3 championships as the premier player on all 3 teams is better than 2. Kobe, you know, the 3 titles he won with Shaq was the better player in my opinion.
Absolutely. And, you know, a lot of these Kobe's boyfriends, they try to revise history. They were partners. No, partners is what you wish you were with Kobe. All right. You want to take him from Vanessa. All right. In reality, Shaq was 1, Kobe was 1A.
Or the more important player, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, man, I've said this long before LeBron had his 2nd and 3rd titles. He's better than Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Agreed. LeBron's been better than Kobe since 2007. All right, a lot of people ain't gonna like that. Oh well.
Yes.
And
this feels petty, and Michael has a history of being petty.
That's not a shot at all in my...
Well, Jordan has a history of being blatantly honest, what people call arrogant.
In my opinion, in Kobe Bryant...
Kobe's great.
LeBron Jordan's a once-in-a-lifetime talent.
Hey, Kobe's after Magic and Jabbar. With the Lakers, he's not even top 2. So how...
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So how could he be ahead of LeBron? I mean, it's silly. But the best part is if you go on social media today, all these Kobe fans, they're like the Beyonce fans.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Somebody else sees what these Kobe fans are like. Oh, my God. Whew. You say something about Kobe, it's like a siren goes off. All these niggas come on your damn page. Why don't you like Kobe? Shut up. Motherfucker sitting at home behind a computer screen with 3 Kobe Bryant jerseys on. They got the yellow, the purple, and the black one on all at once. No drawers on, just a jersey on. Like a chick sitting in bed with a nightgown on, typing. Kobe's the greatest.
Or the Justin Bieber fans, they go crazy. Oh, that's what they are, yeah. And they'll come after you. Oh, no, Kobe, look at this, look at this. Like you said, he was a caddy for Shaq for those first 3 titles.
That's a little severe. A caddy, come on. The brother was a great performer with Shaq. I won't even take it that damn far. All right, he wasn't a caddy. You know, he was Robin to Shaq's Batman.
Well, it's not even close.
And sometimes Robin has to save Batman from some bad situations.
Not even close.
Well, I played with Kobe, and the unique part
Sorry to hear that.
about him was his ability to block out everything else and just go play.
Right.
He was a beast on the court, tough teammate to play with,
No shit.
unlike LeBron. But LeBron from day one, chosen one, Sports Illustrated, it was always going to be hard for him to garner that kind of admiration.
Yes.
Because of that.
People resent it.
People resent it. They may not say it, but they resented it. And plus, he's been able to tip the scales in regards to, I'm more than a basketball player from this perspective when I'm playing. He has control, which other players don't have. They wish they had the control of the marketplace, of the NBA like LeBron does. So when you...
And I give him credit for that. I've always stated that. I admire LeBron for setting out and being his own man and saying, I'm going to take control of my own destiny. I'm not going to sit back and play the loyal athlete and act like I'm supposed to be tied to some city like an indentured servant. It's my job to maximize my earning potential based on the gifts that I've been given. And I'm going to do that no matter where I have to go. My number one concern is my family and myself. That's it. Not appeasing a city or corporation. That's how you're supposed to think.
When you factor in a lot of things in regards to why you don't like LeBron, it's not just the basketball thing. They're going to try to point to, well, he didn't show up here, he didn't show up there. Guess what? A lot of players didn't show up there. But LeBron's unique ability puts him at the top of the list in regards to Mount Rushmore basketball players.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry. You went too damn far. He's not on no damn Mount Rushmore. All right? Like I stated already, Mount Rushmore is Jordan, Bill Russell, Kareem, Magic. That's Mount Rushmore. Now, if you was to make another Mount Rushmore, you could argue that LeBron could get on that one. All right? You could argue for him being on that second one. I would probably put LeBron on the second Mount Rushmore. But the first one, no. The second Mount Rushmore, I would probably have, I would say, Shaq, LeBron, Wilt, and Larry Bird.
You know, here's the one thing. I enjoyed watching Kobe more. I think basketball is a very artistic sport.
You enjoy watching Kobe more than who?
LeBron. I think LeBron's
James?
better. Yeah, LeBron's better. Kobe's more fun to watch. Kobe.
I agree with that. I had fun watching Kobe because, you know, it was like watching it's like watching a bootleg Michael Jordan.
Kobe was the artist. Kobe is the greatest. He's the Phil Mickelson of golf. You love golf. He's the best tough shot maker.
Big time.
Kobe.
I agree with that. Kobe Bryant was probably the best bad shot maker, bad jump shot maker, tough jump shot maker that I've ever seen. And he probably, when he was hot, he probably got hotter than anybody that I've ever seen.
Kobe is the best.
He is, big time.
Why are you looking like that? Why don't you turn to me? Whenever you look away
I
from
think
me,
he's in shock.
He's the
Better
best
to watch.
tough.
Yes.
He is the
LeBron.
best tough. Phil Mickelson to me is one of the most interesting guys to watch.
Look at Whitlock face. Whitlock face like, nigga, please.
Watch. He's the best tough shot maker. I mean, Phil butchers some shots.
Whoa. Let's pump the brake. You know it's a slam dunk league. People love the slam dunk.
Right.
ESPN built Sports Center around slam dunks.
Right.
LeBron James has dunks out the you know what. Kobe's
Kobe. Kobe got some.
When you talk about watch,
Kobe got some
dunks.
Kobe got some phenomenal dunks, bro. My favorite Kobe dunk is when he dunked over Dirk Nowitzki. That's my favorite one of his.
Great
Come
dunk.
on.
But Kobe had
Compared to LeBron.
Kobe had some moments in there when you talk about in between game. You talking about tough shots. If I needed a tough three at the end of the game and I had Michael, LeBron, or Kobe, definitely I'm going with Kobe. Because
I probably would too. But overall, I'll go with Larry Bird.
Because he's shown that ability.
What did you say?
If a tough 3-point shot.
Yeah, Whitlock ready to pop off. What'd you say? What'd you say, my nigga?
If I needed to get it off, and needed somebody to make it.
Well, I'll slap that shape up that you got. I'll slap it crooked. Say some more dumb shit.
Make it at the end of the game. I'm giving it to Kobe.
Okay.
Offensively.
Great. That will leave. Kobe's a better three-point shooter than LeBron.
Tough.
I'm willing to give you
Every
that.
other aspect.
Yo, Whitlock got an attitude, man. He look like he need a donut.
I'm willing
No,
to give
Jim
you
made a great point about the
He did?
expectations for LeBron earlier, being on the cover of SI. We've seen that with Bryce Harper, okay? He was on the cover of SI as a teenager. He's been great. I think he's already been the MVP. But Aaron Judge comes along out of nowhere. Aaron Judge is amazing.
right.
We love him. You know, we're seeing Tom Brady,
We're missing the
sixth-round
big
draft
point.
pick.
We're missing the big point, though. Listen, Michael Jordan is competitive, as everybody knows. He hates the whole, is LeBron better or as good as Jordan?
Clearly.
I agree with that. Like I said, I believe that Michael looks at LeBron more of a threat than he ever looked at Kobe. I don't think that Jordan ever. I think in Michael's mind, if Kobe had even won 7 championships, Michael would have told him, "Yeah, well, you only led your team to 4. I'll let mine to 6." You know, I think Michael already had his arguments ready for Kobe. With LeBron, Michael just been watching him like they trying to set this nigga up to take my spot,
Clearly.
and I'm not having it.
And so this is to me is the ultimate insult.
Yeah.
You can't even get over my imitator, let alone be in the discussion with me. That's what he's saying here. You can't even. This is my knockoff. You know, like a Chanel knockoff bag or whatever. That's
I agree. Bootleg knockoff. That's what Kobe Bryant was to Michael Jordan. Agreed.
what Kobe is to
But
Jordan.
LeBron's story
and
is
he ain't
not
better
written
than
yet.
that.
He still has more time to
Thank you.
pile on.
LeBron's got 4 more titles to win.
One more, at least.
Three.
They said LeBron's story not written yet. Well, his story ain't finished yet, but I mean, that nigga down to the last couple chapters. I tell you that. You know, and I know all the Kobe Bryant fans, they mad as hell over some of the things that got stated. I know. Y'all lay up in your bed with your pink sheets and you can clutch your 3 Kobe Bryant jerseys on with your pigtails in your hair, laying in bed with no drawers on, just 3 Kobe Bryant jerseys on. Talking about, I wonder what Kobe's doing with Vanessa right now. But anyway, peace.